accepted, challenge accepted. The attitude is always challenge accepted. Challenge accepted, challenge accepted. The attitude is always challenge accepted.
And now, let's move on to something that fits perfectly between two beer breaks.
Forget test-driven development or behavior-driven development. Our next speaker is here to introduce you to beer-driven development.
He started his career as a developer, then moved into QA, which gives him a unique edge. He builds test automation that developers actually like.
With over a decade of experience in software development, quality assurance, and beer drinking, Yanis, a.k.a. John, is coming onto our stage.
Please raise your glasses metaphorically for now and welcome John Pourdanis!
Thank you. One, two, test. 1 million, 2 million? No. Let's see. We are in. Okay. Hello, everyone. I think that it's the right after the break from the beer. It's the beer-driven development that needs to talk about, right? It's not a consequence. We just talk about beer. We are here to enjoy the beer, right? Not talk about the development. So, first of all, I want to thank you for introducing me. Who is talking? I'm John or Yanis. I'm from Greece. I have about 15 years of experience in software industry. I started my career as a developer. I'm co-organizer of a meetup, the Thessaloniki Software Testing Meetup. This is where I drove with my wife and my kids here to Sofia. I'm software testing trainer and a professional nothing knower. What professional nothing knower means is that I think I know many things, but actually I don't know nothing. Okay? So, who knows what BDD is, behavior-driven development? Who actually use it? Because that's a good number. Who actually use it? Use it. So, okay, many of you know, but it's a methodology, as you know, right? It's a methodology that documents, designs, and develops software behind of the scenes of the behavior of the user, right? We focus on the behavior of the user that interacts with an app. What tries to solve this methodology? It tries to bridge actually the gap between tech and no tech guys, right? Your managers, your salespeople, your whatever you have in your company. And it's improve the communication and the collaboration between stakeholders or business priorities, people with less or more technical expertise, right? And what we need to do this communication, we need a language, right? This language called Gherkin, given when then we will give an example. It's a format, it's a domain-specific language. It's DSL, called DSL, that the given is for the preconditions and the context, when describes the action, and then specifies the expected outcome, right? Simple enough. And what we get from this Gherkin language, we get the feature files. What's the feature files? It's a natural language document, right? That it contains the shared understanding between tech and not tech people, and it is associated with an automated test, right? So each step of the document behind the scenes execute code to run the test. Let's see an example. So we have a feature that we want to make the developers happy, right? I don't know if it's so easy to do that, but let's say that we have this feature, and the scenario is to add beer, right, to a pint, the happy path, of course, only the happy path. So the given is an empty pint. We have an empty pint when the pint is full of beer. Then the developer smile and celebrate a passing test. So this is kind of how the feature files look like, right? But what we have here, we have the collaboration challenge. You know, thinking about before coming up here to speak, and I attended to the most talks of each speaker. This talk is kind of a conclusion and summary of all talks. And exactly is the problem, I will describe the problem that no AI, no tool can solve until now. So, the collaboration challenge. What a developer can say, usually, I can fix only what is on requirements. Does anyone have heard that? Okay. The other thing, I tested already, not only the API response. The UI is totally broken. It's a Nets case. I have it on the previous presentation. This it's a Nets case. He says it's a Nets case. But the QA engineer, what he says from his perspective, bugs found on a beer feature. Too abstract, right? What does that mean? We have many bugs to do the deployment. What is the severity? That was missing from requirements again. So we found a bug and we say, oh no, that was missing from requirements. I didn't test it at all, right? As a QA engineer. And the third person is the third amigo, if you know the methodology of Agile and BDD, all of this kind of stuff. You talk about three amigos: the developer, the QA engineer, the product owner, product manager, whatever. So, but the customer wants beer without alcohol. Do you experience that? So we develop a feature, we test it, but the product owner comes and say on the product review, Agile sprint review, and says, but we want something different. Or we found a bug, and the product manager said, why didn't find it earlier? Is all those faces and words familiar to you? And the third one, it's super critical. We just deliver something that has a UI issue. The red button was red and the button was green. And it's coming and say, oh, no, it's super critical. We need to fix that now. So let's be real. You know all these kind of quotes that posted on LinkedIn or whatever, on Twitter. A QA engineer walks into a bar, orders one beer, orders 0 beers, orders 9 beers, orders a lizard, order whatever he thinks. But the first real customer walks into a bar and asks where the bathroom is. Because if you drink a lot of beer, you need to know where the bathroom is. The priority for the customer, the real customer, is where the bathroom is. So, and someone would say, we are in the industry, we do Agile. We do Agile, and all of this kind of Agile that we do, I catch myself from the previous presentation. Are we doing right the Agile? You have read the Agile manifesto, what it says? There are people that have a very specific problem, the waterfall problem, right? And they try to solve this problem. So they write a manifesto. And the manifesto comes, and now, what are the pitfalls? We have meetings that will have be an email, too many meetings, right? We actually do not translate the business need into useful software, right? Useful. This is very important. I go back to the previous presentation that talked about to know the actual customer, right? Your software, maybe you are a QA engineer that tested it, and are we the customers? No, we are not. We are not the guys on Ethiopia that using the healthcare software. So to translate the business need in usable software is a challenge, and that we don't do it. My child is here, so she likes the telephone game effect, you know. I told you something, and I told you something secretly, and you need to tell it to the other guy and to tell to the other guy. And at the end, we get something, wrong information at all, totally transformative information. Most of us, we don't include the customer to the stakeholders. Who is the question? And if someone's replied truthfully, you will get the t-shirt. So who actually get the customer to sprint the review of your products? Who? Anyone? No one. Okay, no one t-shirts, great. So, and as you know, to get the customer, the actual customer, not an internal person, not someone that is from our company, or we give it some calling to beta testers or something like that. The actual customer. This is what Agile Manifesto says. And of course, the most common, mini waterfalls are not Agile sprints, right? The mini waterfalls means that the testing starts when the development ends. No, that's not Agile. If you are you're doing something wrong. But the other guys say, but we have automation. We have 1,000 tests run, 7 hours, building nightly builds, and all of this kind of stuff, abstractions, and they are all with the solid principles and all of this kind of stuff. Huge things, right? I will not say the reasons that this does not work. I just select 3 quotes from, one is famous, the other 2 I don't know them, but they are good of what they said. He who thinks a tool can solve all problems has a new problem. And the second one is automation, not automagic. This is something that we need to focus. And the third one, from a famous guy, automation applied to inefficient operation, we magnify the inefficiency, right? And the other guys say, we are, of course, you know, all presentations talk about it, the AI, all what I hear. So, a really interesting research about AI says about the positive gains and the concerns, right? We have positive gains on code quality, right? The test confidence and the code reviews. AI do a great job there, but the 2 concerns is hallucination, you know, same prompt, different response, and context issues. Context issues. Why we have context issues? Because we have the collaboration challenge. If you have clear context to the AI, he will give us the best response that he could give. It's simple enough. So, what's the solution? What? We need to introduce some beer. It's my suggestion, right? First of all, I need to clarify because there are people that own companies here. Not promoting or praise alcoholism at all, right? I promote the casual and relaxed atmosphere. I promote what happens there is that naturally occurs where people gather over drinks or food, you know. They have done it before the IT industry. We are in the IT industry, but this, to people move to a table and talk about their problems and how they can solve it, or chit-chat and feel confident. They have done it before the IT industry. And of course, the honest communication there happens. So, what I suggest to do? Something that fits with your team. It's not a silver, we don't have silver bullets on that. So, informal communications in general builds trust. You need to have trust with your colleagues, right? If you don't trust your colleagues, you don't trust the developers, you don't trust as a QA engineers, because I'm speaking on a QA conference, as a QA engineers, we don't trust the developers, right? Don't say it. We don't. You test it? Not, you don't test at all. But we need to build trust with them. Trust means better communication. All are feel safe to talk. This is important. This is important. To be safe to talk is important even for the things that make you uncomfortable, feel uncomfortable. No, I don't even test that. It was an area that I didn't focus, never was priority, something like honest, to be honest, right? You need to drop your professional personas. This is my suggestion. And people ask dumb questions. There's no dumb question. All of these things that you think that is dumb, there's no dumb. You need something misunderstanding on your head, and you need to clarify it. And it's okay to ask dumb questions. And what you will do with this? To gain the requirements clarity. So you gather on a table, you open the beers, you talk about, and of course, you will talk about work, right? You are with your colleagues. And you try to focus on what you talk. You talk about this feature, right? And say, you need to focus on why behind of what, right? All the people on the formal documents or formal processes try to solve what this problem, why this problem we need to solve. We need to understand it. It's a shared understanding. Discover the details of the formal meetings miss, right? As I said, formal meetings, we have the agenda, we have all of this kind of stuff, but there are things that are missing. Destroy the assumption of each member. To the previous slide, I saw that developers have different perspective, QA has different perspective, product manager has different perspective. We need to destroy them. We need to get from this room, this bar, this whatever it is, with the same, to be on the same page. And there, the aha moments happen naturally. So many big tech companies, like Google, do a research for that, right? They don't, they don't leave anything to not have a research for that. And the research say that psychological safety was the #1 factor of team success, right? The numbers are impressive. 31% more innovation, 76% more engagement, 27% reduction in turnover, 50% more productivity overall, and 74% less stress among team members. This is from the project Aristotle. You know the Greek philosopher Aristotle, right? And also, one of the most famous universities in the world, MIT, do some research on that. From the other side, what's happened if you don't have them? If you don't have psychological safety on your workspace environment? Toxic culture is 10x more predictive of turnover than salary. Who agrees with that? If your workspace is toxic, even if you give me, I don't want to say too much, I would say 2,000 euro, I speak in euro, and it's toxic, I will sign off. No, it's not. If you spend your time there, right? You spend 33% of your life, I guess, on your work, right? So if it's toxic, no, say no. Coffee break study shows 25% of productivity. The number is huge, 8.8 trillion lost in productivity due to an employee disengagement. The number is huge, right? This is for the companies to hear, if someone is a company owner. And of course, the fourth one is it's too dangerous. 82% of employees at risk of burnout. Burnout is a serious situation that we need to avoid. And of course, if you have organizational politics, increase the resignation intent by 200%. If you have politics, we are not politicians, we are engineers, right? So, what is beer-driven development about? Creating safe, honest, and honest conversation. This is about, you argue with your colleagues, you spend 8 hours a day, at least, with your colleagues. So create a safe environment, you can talk, see the person behind the role. We are all persons, we are all humans, even your managers, your whatever, or CTOs, they are humans also, right? Try to live with a shared understanding. This is the ultimate recipe of high-quality software. From my experience, all the teams have about, how many sponsors do we have, Peter? 20? 20? 8. 8 sponsors we have here to try to hire someone that can collaborate with them. Not, we are problem solvers, right? They don't hire you because your hard skills. You know best automation frameworks, latest, Playwright, Cypress, whatever. You have 15 years of experience. If you cannot collaborate with their colleague, you are the problem. That's the thing. And so what happens next? If this happens, we have the hangover, right? Not from many beers, not to get drunk and you have a headache, but the effects that happen from the beer-driven development. So team now can actually problem solve. If you have built trust with this relaxed conversation, if you built all the kind of communication that need to happen, and someone understands that you are also try to solve the problem. The other thing that can happen in hangover, someone suggests a completely different approach that never took action. This is also huge. Think about it. To have a solution in your mind, and because the environment doesn't have the condition to talk about it, you never thought. And this is just happened after that. And another person, this is totally huge, offers to help a task outside of his scope. Developers write automation tests because we have tried to release on Monday and we don't. This can happen. I have experience with it. And of course, the last one is all care about the output. We are a team. We success together or we fail together, right? There is no single person team that can do all these kind of things, to do the development, to do the QA, to do the product management. But the information from other roles, it's too valuable for everyone. And my favorite quote, I shared with you 3 quotes, but my favorite quote is that I have written is totally huge. As a software engineer, because all we are engineers in software, I can guarantee you that we'll meet people who act that they know everything. Have you experienced with that? Okay. I have met many people that they try to know that they know everything. I know, I'm a best developer, I'm a best QA engineer, I'm a best product owner. Never be a talent jerk. Being easy to work with is a great quality. And this great quality that takes you far in your career, in your whatever, in your life, right? To communicate, easy to communicate with others, easy to work with others and produce actually problem solving, as I said, is something that will upvote your career to the top. So, Key takeaways. BDD invaded to boost the collaboration, right? No tool until now can solve the challenge. No AI, no automation, nothing. Until now, the collaboration challenge cannot be solved. Psychological safety increased quality. This is a fact, and I'm not saying it. Research said it, okay? And of course, beer is awesome. Or if you know about the Greek, it's Sipuro. So, na zdravie. I think that I will wait the hosts, but of course, I don't know if you have questions, but if you have questions, come to say na zdravie to the speaking corner and talk about it. Okay?